Hey guys, today we are checking out the PTU5200 quad wireless microphone system from Phenyx Pro. Let's take a look and see how it works.
So here's what comes in the box right out of the bat. Of course, the instruction manual. You're going to get these pop windscreens. You get these, of course, each mic comes in there. All metal casing. Really, really heavy in the hand. I'll dig it. If you actually unscrew the lid, you'll notice that there's the set button as well as the volume controls, which I believe, to me, personally work like a gain control. Of course, the on and off button. All right. So you also have the unit itself. You got the two antennas. You have a TRS 1/4-inch cable with the 1/8-inch adapter, the rack ears to connect it to the rack, the power supply. Here's the front of the unit. Each channel has its own volume control. Here's the back. You'll see that they are BNC connections. You have individual XLR outs for each channel or one 1/4-inch TRS mix out stereo, as well as the power for the adapter. Additionally, on top of that and everything that you see here, it also comes with those little rubber, I guess they're roller stops. So the unit is connected currently in my rehearsal space. You'll see that there's signal coming through. For the purposes of the video, this was a live version just so you could see how it's connected. All the audio you're hearing is actually coming from that microphone. So this is how it specifically looks when the connections are set up. You'll see that each channel has its own groups, and they are selectable frequencies through the microphone. There's no selection happening at the unit, and there's no syncing that needs to be happening at the unit. Once you change the channel on the microphone, it will change on the unit. Now, each individual channel has its own volume controls. So I found out in testing this, these volume controls that are on the microphone itself basically run the unit super hot. So I have quite literally set the volume on the microphone all the way down to 1. And then I have the volume all the way up on the unit, because what I've noticed is if I have the unit down, you'll actually hear hum. I'll show you. See, as I turn the volume down, you hear that there's hum being introduced into the channel. But it actually goes away if I turn it all the way up and I have the unit all the way down to 0. Now, on the microphone itself, here we are. Hit the set button a couple of times and you go into the channel switching mode. So you push it, it'll show what channel, what group it's on, and what channel it's on. In this particular instance, that is channel B, and it's group 15. So out of the 25 frequencies that are available per each microphone, you can toggle between them. And again, just so that we keep the video from not being monetized, I have cut off all the audio, but here it is actually in process at a rehearsal that I did. All 4 microphones were in use from all members of the band, so we were utilizing the microphones all the way through. So let's go over some specs on this thing. So it's got a 200-foot radius is what it said in line of sight. Now you got to remember that's line of sight. Each microphone runs in the frequency range of 500 to 590, again split up into 25 channels per microphone. It boasts a frequency response of 40 hertz to 15 kilohertz. Again, that is a 13.5 volt power connection for the unit itself. It has a greater than 90 decibel audio dynamic range. Now, so after playing with this thing, both in my studio and in the rehearsal space, who is this for? The capsule, I'm going to tell you, is not the greatest, especially if you're a metal singer or really giving it some volume. It does move into breakup and distortion almost immediately if you try and introduce that kind of heavy volume as a vocal into the microphones. So not the greatest capsule in the world. The off axis is great, though. By the way, the off axis is amazing. Again, the difference between the volume control on the microphone and the unit, turn it all the way up, turn the volume down to 1 on the handheld, or else it introduces hum. It is not a diversity microphone. 2 microphones use antenna A, 2 microphones use antenna B. So it is not a true diversity system like the PTU-1. I have tried other capsules like the PTV-1 from Phenyx Pro, and the capsule is better than the PTV-1, but not as good as the PTU-P1. So, again, who is this microphone for? If you need 4 microphones for, say, a discussion panel, spoken word, wedding toasts, folk singers that aren't really belting and adding power behind the microphone, this would be really good for you. Just mind the controls just so you can make sure that there's no hum being introduced into the signal. But for like rock bands and metal bands, I would not recommend this just based on how much the distortion hits the capsule when it's introduced. The proximity effect is really good. And the off axis is great. I just wish the capsule was just a little bit better for a heavier vocal, which is what I use it for. So, all in all, B rating, still good. Metal construction, solid. I didn't hear any dropouts. There were no dropouts whatsoever in any of the tests that I ran. So, all in all, it is definitely a good set for. Now, I mean, for karaoke, again, if you're doing normal karaoke, that's fine. But if you're doing like hard rock karaoke or, emo or metal, you may see or hear a lot of distortion, cracks, pops coming out of your capsule. But other than that, still a great job. Thank you, Phenyx Pro, for giving me the opportunity to review the item. This is not a paid video. Phenyx Pro did supply the unit, but all thoughts and opinions are my own. So this is Headcase from Gear 915. Until then, we'll see you next time. Have a great one, folks.